Hi, welcome to Ms. Brown's 7th grade math class. Today we'll be working on percent problems. Last week you learned about part of that, which was the percent of a number. One section of this note will look a little bit familiar, but in the other parts, because percent, as we recall, came from a whole 100, and then it's a smaller part of 100. So we're going to find how to identify finding the smaller part and the percent as well. So today we use that by using this percent equation. In the video underneath this video, I showed you the percent proportion. So if you don't like this way, you can use the percent proportion, but I'm just going to teach the percent equation. The equation is part, and in our word problems, you may see the word is equals the percent times the whole. And in a word, you will see of. Okay, in the word problem, you'll see of. The key thing to remember here is to always change the percent to a decimal. Now, if you like the fraction way, you can change it to a fraction, but I find changing it to a decimal is easier. And remember, that's just dividing the numerator by the denominator. Okay, so in this first section, we identify how to find the percent given information, and we're going to let X represent our percent. So it says, what percent of 15 is 9? So this is exactly what I was referring to. So what percent, this part of our problem, we don't know. But it says is, so is 9 equals percent, the part we don't know, and then of 15. Okay, so then we have to figure out, and this is times, okay? And so we have to figure out how to get X by itself. And in our video before, when X was being multiplied by a number, we simply divided the number on both sides, which meant the X would be by itself, leaving us with 0.6. But 0.6 is not a percent. So what do we do to turn this into a percent? We multiply by 100. Okay, and that meant we have 60%. Okay, so 9 is 60% of 15. Okay, and then on this side, it says what percent of 25 is 20. So of being our whole, times the percent, we're going to use an N because the X was kind of confusing. And then is 20. Okay, so how do we get this N by itself? We divide 25 on both sides. N equals 0.8, but that is a decimal. And remember, just to multiply that by 100, that gives me 80%. Okay, and then let's look at it from a word problem perspective. Peter's Diner offers its client a choice of regular and diet soda. Last night, the diner served 30 sodas in all. That lets me know that my whole will be 30. And then 27 of them, which is my part, were regular. What percentage of the sodas were regular? So if I use my equation, part equals percent times whole. My whole, we said, was 30 times the percent that we don't know. And then my part was 27. So we divide both sides by 30, leaving me with N. So 27 divided by 30, N is going to equal 0.9. And we multiply that times 100, so N is 90%. Okay, so that is finding the percent. When you're given two numbers, you pretty much just divide one number by the other and then multiply it times 100. So the part where we find the is the part that you've been familiar with. Okay, so this is the P part. What number is 40% of 120? This is all we did last week. What number? We don't know. So we don't know the is. So that's n equals the percent, which is 40. And remember, we have to change the percent to a decimal. So this 40% becomes 0.40, 0.40 times of 120. So we put that in a calculator, n equals 48. So 48 is 40% of 120. The next one says, what number is 5% of 60? What number? N is 5%, 0.05. Remember, that's just 5 divided by 100. Okay? And you get times of, which is 60. So n equals 3. Okay? And in our word problem, for a company picnic, Hero ordered a box of fresh baked gingerbread cookies and sugar cookies. The box included a total, so that lets me know that's my whole, and 45% of those cookies were gingerbread. How many gingerbread cookies are there? So part equals percent times whole. A total of 40. So that's my 40. 45%, 0.45 times will give me my n. So n equals 18. So there was 18 gingerbread cookies. Okay. And then the last section, which will be a new section that we have not covered, we're going to find the total or the whole. Okay. We look at it, it says 18 is. So it gives me the part. So 18 is 25%. Change that to a decimal, 0.25 times n. Okay. Well, we don't know what the whole number, because it says of what number. That lets me know we don't know what this is. So when I go to find n, I have to divide both sides by 0.25. And when I divide that, I get 72. Okay. Here, there is no extra step because we didn't need a percent. We needed an actual number. 84 is 75%. Change it to a decimal, 0.75. Of what number? We don't know, so n. So on both sides, we have to divide by 0.75. Divide, n will be 112. Okay, and let's take a look at our word problem. Patrick made 56% on his science test. It should have said Patricia. Okay, if she got 14 problems correct, how many questions were on the test? Well, 14 represents the part that she got correct. And then how many questions are on the test? This question represents the whole. So they're trying to figure out how many were actually there if she got 56% correct. So we got part equals percent times whole. Part being 14, percent being 0.56. That is 56 divided by 100, for those of us who are wondering how I'm getting these decimals, times n, because we don't know. And we divide both sides by 56, 0.56. This side crosses out, 14 divided by 0.56. There are a total of 25 questions on the test. I hope this video helps you out. If you don't understand the equation way, you can use the proportional way because you have been solving proportions lately. So please, if you need any help, feel free to reach out to me. I will upload these notes so that you can actually glue them into your composition notebook, or you can pause the video like always and save them. I hope you have a great day and look forward to hearing from you soon.